Okay, the program I'm talking about today is IXL. My name is Mrs. Clark, and I am a special education teacher in grades 5 through 8. Now, IXL is a learning program that can be utilized starting with as early as pre-K all the way up to 12th grade. They also have added skills in Spanish, science, and social studies, as well as math and language arts. Now, what I really like about IXL is even if you don't have an account, you can come in and utilize IXL. Now, there is limitations. You can only do a few questions before it tells you your time as a guest has been used up. But as you see, I just clicked on one, and simple kindergarten can answer the question, submit, and it'll tell you right away, hey, you got it right. Now, if you happen to get it wrong and you submit, it'll tell you, hey, I'm sorry, and here is why you have the question wrong, which I really enjoy about IXL is not only does it correct you if you're wrong, but it tells you then what you need to do. So there's a little explanation what AM means, what PM means, which the information is fantastic as long as students, of course, are fully utilizing it. And then I go, yep, I got it. I'm not going to get confused again. So I submit. Yay, I got it right. So, again, those skills varying. I've done this with my own 7th grader in some more difficult text, and it took us a while. So anyway, you might have reading passages you'll need to go through, select an answer. Over here, you'll see you have questions that you answered, time it took you, and SMART score. Now, your score, how many times you've answered questions, may not match here because your points are added or subtracted away given by how well you do on each question. So if you don't answer it correctly, you lose points. So you might have to answer in a certain area 100 questions where somebody else only had answered 20 because they got every single question right. So it does not allow you to skip around and say, all right, you've worked on it long enough. No, you have to stay working on it until you actually get all the questions answered. Now, going into the paid version of IXL, my school did give me an account, and something I wanted to show real quick, the part I most enjoy is assigning topics to students, because I have 2 ways I can do it. I can go topic by topic, and if we're concentrating on grammar for a month or figurative language, punctuation, they cover it, and I can click all the prerequisite skills as well as any of the skills that come afterwards. So for example, you start with the very simple, finding matches, all the way up to when you're getting into the more complex skills and they're filling in words. The other thing you can do is go to levels. And they have everything broken down, A all the way through N. So I could take this and say, man, I know my kids are really struggling in some of the basic areas. So I could just concentrate, say, on something around the 3rd grade level. And as you can see, this is an area where I have sent a lot of my students because it is fairly basic. Not too hard, but at the same time, not too easy either. And I put a little star by them because those are the areas I want my students to concentrate on, so that when my students go to log into their account, and I will show you that here in one second. Okay, so here is my fictional students account. And you can see they can select on the items that I have chosen them to concentrate on. They have stars on them, and they can't unstar them. Now, what they can do, though, is they can still get into other categories if they feel like they need to work on a particular area. So my students will then be able to click in that area take the quizzes about those questions, and they'll get points for doing my specific questions.